What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are having a blessed day. This is episode 5, Christmas, ChatGPT and Christmas. I was raised in the Catholic Church growing up. I learned all the stories about the coming of Jesus, all the songs like Noel. It was always about the coming of a king, how Jesus was coming to save us in a sense. He was like the superhero. I kind of went through that all the way through communion, through confirmation, in my younger years, and then as I got older, I kind of broke away from the Catholic Church and now Christian, and I go to a non-denominational gathering out in Gettysville, New York at the Well. Things change. Christmas now is about celebrating the birth and the coming of Jesus Christ, and knowing that it's a blueprint on how we can live a better life. Right? Just generally speaking here. I'm like, man, I'm 39 years young, and I'm like, man, people obsess about buying gifts. And the other thing is spending time with each other. And I can get with the spending time with each other, spreading love and care with one another. But the gifts part is really confusing. I mean, they are commercializing gifts ever since October. Kind of like get you revved up and ready for all the sales and the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Monday sales. And so I was just like, you know what? This morning I woke up, I literally right out of bed. I was like, let me ask ChatGPT some questions. My question to ChatGPT this morning was, why is Christmas about gifts and shopping more than the original reason for the holiday? So I wanted to kind of see what ChatGPT would say, if they would even know what the original holiday or celebration is about. I'm gonna just go right through this and do it with you guys. I'm gonna read what ChatGPT spit out to me. I thought it was a pretty good response, and I had a follow-up question, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. So the answer to my question: the shift of Christmas from a religious celebration to a more commercialized holiday can be traced through several historical, cultural, and economic developments. All right, I'm gonna go through that list real quick. The rise of consumer culture, Victorian influences, cultural symbols, secularization of Christmas, emotional marketing, convenience and tradition. Okay, and that was it. Those 6 actually. So, the rise of consumer culture. In the 19th and 20th centuries, industrialization and mass production allowed for an abundance of goods. Make sense? Okay, I know Buffalo, New York was one of those big hubs. Businesses began to associate Christmas with gift giving as a way to boost sales. This is number one. Number one, boost sales, transforming the holiday into a key season for economic activity. Advertisers, stores, brands leaned heavily into marketing campaigns that emphasize buying gifts for loved ones. That's ChatGPT's first reason. Check this out. Victorian influences. The modern Christmas traditions we recognize today, gift exchanges, family gatherings, and festive decorations, which I can get with the family gatherings part, gained traction during the Victorian era thanks to figures like Charles Dickens in his novella, A Christmas Carol, emphasized generosity and kindness, including giving to others, which helped popularize the idea of exchanging gifts as part of a celebration. Why? Because of the number one reason: they can make money. I just think this is mind-blowing just reading this morning. Number 3, cultural symbols. Figures like Santa Claus played a significant part. Originally based on Saint Nick, Santa Claus evolved in the 19th and early 20th centuries into a symbol of giving, often promoted by retailers. Coca-Cola, back in the day, Coca-Cola actually was one of those brands that actually had a little in it, right? Back in the days, Coca-Cola and other brands further cemented this version of Santa in popular culture. Coca-Cola and other brands further cemented this version of Santa in popular culture, directly linking him to shopping and gifts. Not Jesus Christ, not the coming of a king, not celebrating anything that had to do with a long-term, healthy, whole spiritual lifestyle. Number 4, secularization of Christmas. As society has grown more secular, the religious aspects of Christmas, parentheses, celebrating the birth of Jesus, have become less central for many people. Says who? Says ChatGPT. ChatGPT is speaking for someone. I don't know, but speaking for someone to say something like that. Instead, the focus has shifted to universal themes like love, family, and generosity, which are easier to commercialize. I guess it's hard to commercialize Jesus, but I can probably drop like 10 brands, maybe after this video, 10 brands that are representing faith in God and faith in Jesus Christ. So we need to get into that. Number 5, emotional marketing. Companies capitalize on the emotional resonance of the season, family reunions, joy, and warmth to drive spending. The social expectations of giving and receiving gifts reinforces shopping as the central activity of the season. I don't personally like that. I think spending time with family is more important because a lot of times you see these lower and middle class families coming out of the holidays in debt with just enough money to get by from January all the way to like April, right? So, and in my opinion, I think you can do a lot more productive things with that time and that money. So, number 6, convenience and tradition. For many, gift giving has become a tradition that embodies the spirit of love and care, even if it deviates from the holiday's religious roots. I don't like that word deviate. The act of giving can foster connections and joy, aligning with the broader themes of the season. While the original meaning of Christmas, celebrating the birth of Christ, recognize ChatGPT, remains significant for Christians, cultural and economic forces have broadened its scope into a holiday that blends spirituality, tradition, and commerce. It is what it is. I'm just reading a response from ChatGPT. I would say this is like the modern day Google, where you want to get your resources. I personally stopped Googling. I don't want to be one of them old people on Google and everything. And from what I understand, it's very left leaning. I particularly want to get my information from a center-based source if and whenever possible. And so I don't know who's back in ChatGPT's mindset, but I do like that they're actually addressing what the holiday is originally intended for when I didn't even ask it in the original question. That was great. So I had a follow-up question, guys. So I said to ChatGPT, I said, wow, interesting. What country did we start seeing this shift first, if you know? You wouldn't believe it. ChatGPT says, the shift toward a more commercialized Christmas is widely believed to have started in England and the United States, particularly during the Victorian era from 1837 to 1901. Wild, crazy. So this is all recent time stuff. Both countries played pivotal roles in transforming Christmas into the festive, gift-centric holiday we recognize today. Like it wasn't festive before. Anyway, number 1, England, the Victorian era as the turning point. Okay, in England, the Victorian period was a time of profound change for Christmas. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert popularized traditions like Christmas trees, a German custom Albert brought to England, Prince Albert, and holiday cards. The Victorians embraced gift giving, particularly to children, as a central part of the holiday, and growing middle class had the financial means to indulge in these practices. So they focus on the children. Where else are we hearing that they're focusing on the children in today's day and age? Is it good? Is it bad? What kind of generations are we bringing up? Is it healthy for the political climate? Is it healthy for the big businesses? Or is it healthy for us as human beings? Sounds like we need to be talking about savings accounts, investing, donations more than the gift giving, in my opinion. Charles Dickens' influence. Dickens' A Christmas Carol from 1843 inspired a focus on generosity, kindness, and festive cheer. This helped solidify the holiday as a time of giving, not just spiritual and material. I would say, if I was to go back and listen to and watch the Christmas Carol, like I'm pretty sure that maybe Charles Dickens was very genuine, just like many other mainstream celebrities in acting or in music, just to create something that's heartfelt and meaningful. And then, in my opinion, the capitalization of England and America, or the people who saw that they can take advantage and sway people to doing certain things, they basically swooped in and did this. From what I understand as well, is the military. It feels like the military has also directed us a certain way, whether it be a 3-letter organization or just the military in general. Industrial Revolution. Factories mass produce toys and decorations, making Christmas more accessible to everyday people. Department stores and catalogs encourage shopping as part of the tradition. Of course they did. We do it now. I mean, I do Amway. I mean, like, I think it's kind of funny that people were driving in droves to the stores and they just further ignore that they have friends and families that have businesses. I mean, it doesn't even have to be my business. It's like if you're buying candles from Yankee Candle this year, but your friend owns a boutique and sells candles or soy candles, homemade candles, like shame on you. Like support local. You know what I'm saying? My opinion. Number two, the United States, the birth of modern commercialization. In the United States, Christmas began to shift significantly in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Influence from England merged with uniquely American developments. Number one, Santa Claus. The American Santa Claus derived from the Dutch traditions of Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas, spelled Sinterklaas, became a central figure in the holiday. This image of Santa as a jolly gift giver was cemented by illustrators like Thomas Nast in the 1800s and later popularized globally by Coca-Cola in the 1930s. Retail innovation. By the late 1800s, department stores like Macy's and Wanamaker's began using Christmas as a key retail season. Window displays, parades, holidays reinforced the association between Christmas and shopping, not Jesus. Advertising boom. In the early 20th century, companies started producing Christmas themed ads promoting everything from gifts to festive meals. This trend gained mass momentum after World War II as rising prosperity and the baby boom fueled consumerism. I mean, I'm all about capitalism, but let's not lose our foundation, our roots. Let's not lose what we have our eyes set on. You know, is to live a healthy and whole lifestyle, is to be living in abundance and not living in lack. Why these two countries? Economic powerhouses. Both England and the United States have grown economies, expanding middle classes, and access to mass production, making it easier to commercialize Christmas tradition. Cultural hubs. The cultural influence of these nations through literature, media, and advertising spread their version of Christmas to other parts of the world. So they basically said, hey, America, we're going to deviate from your religious or spiritual beliefs of talking about Christmas for Jesus, and we're going to talk about Christmas for gift giving, Christmas for commercialization. The Victorian era changes in England set the stage, but it was the United States that Christmas became the global juggernaut of consumerism we see today. Not surprised that they're mentioning United States, not surprised that they're mentioning England. The more I get into politics, the more I get into real news, the more that I get into understanding what's happening in the world and how we've been deceived as citizens and deceived as a country, I'm not surprised that they want to take away the mindset of what Christmas really is, the birth of Jesus Christ. I'm not surprised that they put all these other types of holidays around Easter. For me, I've been telling my family, like, look, it's not a big deal if I get a ton of gifts. First of all, I'm almost 40, so I don't look forward to that. What I look forward to is praying for my family, praying for my loved ones that they have great health, right? That maybe any struggles that they have, that the Holy Spirit come and just rest on their shoulders and rub their heart the right way this holiday season, that we can break bread and have dinner and lunch and breakfast together, just commune together, whether they are believers or not in my family. I look at them as God's children and I want to love on them as best as I can, and actually try to break down my walls too, not let who I think I am stop me from being the type of Christian or God-fearing and loving person that I could be. You know, sometimes we get real nervous about opening up, hugging, kissing, just expressing affection, you know. So through the years, I've been able to grow myself to be better at that, which I think is probably the most important thing about this season, is learning and growing how to be a better person and loving others, right? So anyway, I hope you guys have a great holiday season, because Christ is the reason for this season. And whatever way you celebrate and whoever you pray to or whoever you worship, or if you don't, I still pray that you guys have a joyous, loving, caring, and heartwarming holiday season.